That was sudden. But we could break that tension by giving some applause to our Penning graduates. This is so exciting. My name's Dr. Gene Lutzinger. I'm the Dean of the School of Interprofessional Health and Safety Services, and I promise I'll be brief. Just need to welcome you. I look at everything that I ever succeeded. I can speak for our faculty, and it is the loved ones and significant others and children that cheer and motivate you, that make a difference. So I think we should give a hand to the people that help you get in that seat tonight, don't you think? And maybe give a little log. Good. I'd like to introduce a few people just briefly, if I may. We have some people that are really key to the success and people you never see, but that work very hard to make sure that things run smoothly, that we have what we need to do our job. And so I'd like to introduce those. First would be the president of our college, Dr. Linda Allen, if you'd stand and be recognized. Oftentimes we have members of the Board of Trustees. I don't know if we have any here tonight, but they do come. And when you see them or you read about them in the paper, I've got to tell you, as someone responsible for a small part of this college, our trustees work very hard, and they see that we have what we need. They advocate at the state level for us to have the tools we need, to have good equipment, good facilities, and I am grateful for that. So when you see them, or if you run into someone that says they're on the Board of Trustees, give them a big shout out and a thank you for me. We have one person here too, one of our vice presidents, Dan Gillen. He makes sure the light bill gets paid, so thank you for that, Dan, and the air conditioning is on, so appreciate that. I know we have at least one member of the Nursing Program Advisory Board. I got tipped off that Jim Nielsen is in the house. Where are you, Jim? There you go, thank you. By the way, 2016 graduate of the RN side of the program, so he's been through the PN and the RN just very recently, so appreciate having him here too. I believe I saw some of our office administrative staff sneak in. I know Linda Butler is somewhere here. I think I saw her walk in. She probably won't stand, even though we know she's here, but she gets a lot of the scheduling, so thank you, Linda. She keeps me organized, so she deserves a medal. And then someone who you all met right at the very beginning is here to cheer you across the finish line. Heidi Hudson, our pre-health advisor. Thank you, Heidi. And again, I just want to say thank you for each and every one of you that have given your support and really probably let go a piece of your loved one for this last year or maybe a bit more as you worked on your prereqs, and hopefully maybe a bit longer as we get you to stick around and work on your RN. But we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to celebrate. And to get us ready for the next part of that celebration, I'd like to introduce the Director of the Nursing Program, our Administrative Chair, Sean Burrow.
Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're very excited. This is a wonderful day for all of you guys. And it even though I wasn't in the classroom and didn't teach you guys necessarily, I am truly blessed to have known you guys. I do want to make a shout out to Julie Giese. She is up top there right along with Linda Butler. She's there, and she is our coordinator to keep everything running within the nursing program, and we appreciate all of their help. So thank you very much. What I would like to do here is also recognize the wonderful staff, faculty that we have here at the college, and we have 3 of them with us tonight. We have 2 other ones that weren't able to make it, but I just do want to introduce them and tell them how excited we are, and they work so hard for what they do. We also have about 12 adjuncts that are on board with us, and they also work incredibly hard in the clinical setting, so we're very proud of them. First up, I'll have her stand, is Ms. Teresa Culpepper. Teresa has taught these young ladies a lot this semester, so they have a very nice connection, and you guys will notice that when they get together here. The next up we have Miss Catherine Bozen. And then finally, we have Mrs. Gina Holman. Gina and Catherine, they teach more. They haven't really got to know these guys yet, but they will as they move forward. So I'm excited for you. I'm very happy for you guys. So we'll get on with our program.
Thank you, Sean. We're going to break from tradition. The students normally listen to a long sob story about who Florence Nightingale is because they're going to receive Nightingale lamps. Later, we will recite a pledge. It's their oath to be professionals, to do no harm, and to go forth and be pioneers in nursing themselves. But instead, just a quick thing. I was just at a meeting, and my favorite police chief pointed out that it looks like I have about 30 additional gray hairs. One for each. But that also goes with probably 30 tears shed yesterday. So they decided on hearing being a nurse. Being a nurse means you will never be bored. You will always be frustrated. You will be surrounded by challenges, so much to do and so little time. You will carry immense responsibility and very little authority. You will step into people's lives and you will make a difference. Some will bless you, some will curse you, and in the back of your mind, you'll hear your instructor going, "Betsy!" You will see people at their worst and at their best. You will never cease to be amazed at people's capacity for love, courage, and endurance. You will see life begin, and you will see life end. You will experience resounding triumphs and devastating failures. You will cry a lot, you will laugh a lot, you will know what it is to be human, and more importantly, you will know what it is to be humane. So as you go forward, in the back of your mind, I always want you to hear my voice, because I do not give you permission to forget.
You are a bliss in the best way possible. We thank you for everything this semester. We couldn't have done it without you, the tears, and you just have been an amazing professor and inspired us all, and we hope one day we could become half the nurse that you are.
All right. I just want to thank everyone for coming tonight and behalf of everyone up here. We truly appreciate all of you. If you're here, you probably know all the ups and downs that we've had in the past year. And we just thank you for all your support and being here to celebrate this achievement with us. I just want to start by introducing myself. I'm going to start crying already. I haven't even said my name. My name is Nicole Deloy, and I am lucky enough to have spent the last year with these wonderful ladies. Up here on stage, I would like to start off my speech with a quote that I found from Sheryl Sandberg. It starts as, "Don't let your fears overwhelm your desire. Let the barriers you face, and there will be barriers, be external, not internal. Fortune does favor the bold, and I promise you that you will never know what you're capable of unless you try." That quote speaks quite a bit to me, and I'm sure to quite a bit of the ladies that are up here on stage. I'm going to tell you why it means so much to me. I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. When I first decided to go to nursing school, I was very nervous, but I was even more excited. I had already done the whole college thing, graduated, got married, and had kids. They're all right there. I was nervous to start over and to be able to overcome all the obstacles. that would come with nursing school. Once I started telling everyone I was going back to school, I was so excited to start and to better myself. I wanted to get out there and start helping people in ways that I couldn't do now. I remember telling one person specifically and beaming from ear to ear. The response from that person was, "What makes you think you'll be a good nurse? Don't you realize how hard that's going to be with a family and still working?" I was shocked. I did realize that, and I was surprised that someone would say that to a person that was trying to move on and better themselves. When school started, it was very overwhelming from the start. I did question my decision constantly, if it was the right one for myself and my family. But all my loved ones kept encouraging me and supporting me to keep going. And that voice in my head, "Do you even think you will be a good nurse? Or that you can handle all this?" That voice pushed me even more. We all face obstacles in life or times that seem more than we can handle. The goal is to always keep pushing yourself to be better, do better, while realizing it is okay to fail every once in a while. I know that each and every one of us, at some point this past year, has gotten a little behind or felt a little discouraged at some point. Some of us dealt with more than anyone should ever have to deal with in a lifetime outside of school. No matter what it was, there was always an army of ladies there to catch you and to help you get through. We were always there to help each other out and to keep pushing each other to stay positive and keep at it. Sorry. I remember sitting in the hall after a test one day. We were all very overwhelmed, and some of us had just gone through quite a bit in our personal lives. The pressure of school and the personal obstacles had gotten to be too much. We all just sat in the hall crying and hugging each other, just being there for each other. The support, love, and compassion that each one of these ladies have for each other amazes me every day. It shows me that each and every one of you are going to make wonderful nurses, and I hope to be lucky enough to work with some of you someday. Thank you.
Okay, mine's not as heartfelt as Nicole's is, but I'm Devin, and I'm going to start out my speech. So the other night, my fiance and I were watching a movie, and I placed my head on his chest. And then he asked me what movie I wanted to watch, and I said, "Shh." He said, "What are you doing? I need a minute, a full minute. An apical pulse is a full minute." Yes, it is. A minute goes by. Alrighty, normal rhythm. So what movie do you want to watch? And he gave me a strange look. But when you're in nursing school, this is how our brain thinks. This is our normal. You are learning to think like a nurse. It took a lot of hard work, patience, and time to get to this point, but we did it. One day in sim lab, Miss Culpepper told me I wasn't thinking like a nurse. At this time, this really irritated me. What is she talking about? I think like a nurse. Pfft, I think exactly like a nurse. But as usual, Miss Culpepper was right. I wasn't thinking like a nurse. When you aren't open to feedback, you aren't being a nurse. It takes time, studying, practice, and support. Support from each of these individuals in this room. Our families, our teachers, the staff, the clinical sites that trusted us with their patients, and most of all, us. And when I say us, I mean us. This wonderful group of ladies, we stuck by each other's sides through everything, through births, through death, through smiles and tears. I consider every one of these women a friend. I know that each one of them will be an amazing nurse. Every one of us is different, but we all have one thing in common. We are now nurses.
All right, now that we've all cried, I want to start out by thanking everybody for helping us through this journey. Family, friends, significant others, staff, faculty, and anyone else who has been in our corner with us through this rough but worth it year. It feels good to be able to say that we are done. Until August, of course.
3 days next week.
True. My name is Julie, and I want to share quickly why I decided to go into nursing school, because this was not the first program I was in at Hawkeye. Nursing was all I wanted to do when I was a kid, up until about high school. My plans after high school was I was going to get my AA, I was going to transfer to UNI and teach special education, and then early childhood education, and then finally I decided on nursing, and I could not be any happier. I chose nursing because while teachers are the most helpful beings on the planet, I feel like there was just more I could personally do. Another big reason I chose nursing is because I am very, very indecisive, and a career that I can choose whatever path I feel like is just perfect for me. But of course, the big reason I chose nursing is because I want to be that person to save a life. I want to be that person who comforts a patient and their family in that time of need, and I also want to be that person who gives someone a different perspective that could possibly change their life. And to my classmates, I want to end this quote with a quote that's very near and dear to our hearts. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You don't have permission to forget, as Ms. Culpepper already said. Thank you.
Okay, I might cry, so bear with me. Okay. Good evening. My name is Emma Hahn. I have the honor of closing out this portion of our program. I cannot express to you all how very blessed I feel to be sitting on this stage with these beautiful, intelligent, caring, funny, and exceptional young women. To all of you ladies, I'm extremely proud of you. We have experienced many rides on the struggle bus that have brought us to this point, but I am confident that all those bumps in the road have shaped and molded us into smarter nurses. I believe that all of us are continuing on with the program working towards our RN, which is amazing. I cannot wait to continue my education with these ladies by my side. While we all know that our journey is not yet over, we must take a minute to rejoice in the fact that this chapter of our schooling is complete. We did it. Breathe in deep and remember this moment. Celebrate. Acknowledge that every time you told yourself this was too hard and doubted yourself has led you here. We must have faith in our ability to rise above the hardships and achieve our goals. I know that we all want the same thing, and that is to be as smart as Ms. Culpepper. Just kidding, but not really. We are all working towards one goal, to become the next generation of wonderful nurses. The type of professionals that aren't afraid to hold the hand of a dying patient, comfort a scared out of their mind loved one, heal people with the most exceptional care, save a life, stand up for what's right, and do it all with grace and dignity. We are halfway there, and I have no doubt in my mind that each and every one of us will complete this program and go on to work in the profession of our dreams. I want to reiterate to all of you how very thankful we are for the amazing support. Family, friends, professors, etc. We would not be here without you. And while I'm up here, I would like to give a very special thank you to my parents, my fiance, and these wonderful people behind me. To Dom, thank you for always picking up my slack without a second thought. Sorry. Thank you for doing the laundry and dishes for weeks on end so I have time to study. Thank you for supporting my dreams and never even thinking of giving up on me. And to my parents, without your unwavering love and unconditional support, I would not be up on this stage. You two are truly the lights of my life, and I could not love you more. And finally, to the women behind me, thank you for taking on this journey. Thank you all for the laughs, hugs, study sessions, freakouts, words of encouragement, and just being so wonderful to be around. We are fortunate to have each other. Now let's go forth and conquer the world. Thank you.
Hello, thank you all for coming again, and I have the wonderful honor of introducing these fine ladies as they go across the stage. Ready? Parker Allen, Melissa Bergmeyer,
Autumn Beeland, Brianne Buckold, Nicole Deloy, Jenna Eidness, Emma Hahn, Katie Hobson, Julie Kohlmeyer, we didn't account for the hugs at the end. That's right. Devin Legao. Sydney Larson. Paige Masters. Laura Morales. Norma Merkta. Nikki Mundus. And we all know it's a little bit more than that, right? Young Wen. Kayla Peters. Still getting a little back up at the end. Annie Ponce. Bridget Reichs. Kim Rounds. Nikita Rall. Taylor Zimbides. Abby Stiles. Miranda Sovich. Alyssa Timmerman. Brianna Vasky. Serafia Velgich. Michaela Cox. Lauren Husman. Congratulations, ladies.
All right, ladies, while you're still standing, and I invite any nurses in the room to stand with us. That includes you, Mr. Nielsen. And we are going to recite our Florence Nightingale Pledge for the practical nurse. Ready? Before God and those assembled here, I solemnly pledge to adhere to the code of ethics of the nursing profession, to cooperate loyally with the other members of the nursing team, and to carry out faithfully and to the best of my ability the instructions of the physician or the nurse who may be assigned to supervise my work. I will not do anything evil or malicious, and I will not knowingly give any harmful drug or assist in malpractice. I will not reveal any confidential information that may come to my knowledge in the course of my work. And I pledge myself to do all in my power to raise the standards and the prestige of practical nursing. May my life be devoted by service and to the high ideas of the nursing profession. Class of 2018.
Sorry, Charlie.
And for the record, they have two other instructors that are not here, Mr. Culbertson and Dr. Gardner, who are just as proud of them as I am, and they send their love.
Sometimes my tries are outside the line. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. No. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. Staring at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun illuminate the words that you cannot find. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken, live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins, the rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten. The rest is still unwritten.
Oh, boy, that had me laughing. I'm amazed that these individuals, this is the first nursing class that I think eats this much. I have never seen ever the potlucks were like almost every single week. So, wow, I just, I don't know how you guys do it, so. Everyone, please put your hands together and let's welcome the class of 2018 back into nursing.